I seen that video. Wow. It reminds me of what I saw for over 50 years. A lot of you don't know we've been doing this for over 50 years. We've been slaughtering ourselves since 1960. Way back when the Black Peastone Rangers jumped out in Chicago. We've been on a steady course of murder for over 50 years, and we act like we ain't tired. I don't have their past. I've never been in a gang. I've never been to prison. I've never even smoked or drank or even done drugs. I was just a kid tired of the way white folks was treating us in America. First violence committed against me was not by you. It was committed against me and my mother in my hometown of Missouri, where she was denied prenatal care for herself and her son simply because she was black and not allowed to go to a white hospital. That's the first drive-by I dealt with. Second drive-by I dealt with, I wasn't allowed to go to public school like y'all because I was black. I wasn't allowed to play in the park. It was whites only. I wasn't allowed to go to the library. It was whites only. Never went to the movie show. I never could go inside a store like you do and try on clothes and shoes because I was black. The most you could do was look in the window. My thunder then came at 8 years old when I told my mother on the street in Missouri, at 8 years old, when I get big, Mom, I'm going to drink that water right there. She said, shut up, boy, them white folks will kill you. I said, that's what they're going to have to do, Mom. And I spent my life fighting on behalf of my people. From a teenager down, I went all over this country fighting for civil rights and human rights. Matter of fact, I met Bobby Hickman when I was out there as a kid, standing up for my people in this state. I changed in 1968 when the Vice Lords asked me to come to St. Louis, Missouri to the first national conference, and I went as a spokesman for our region. I knew then there was something wrong, but I went on with my work in civil rights and human rights. I went on my work as a black nationalist, and I was a proud black nationalist. But once again, we started killing at a very high level. I looked around, and Chicago was knocking off 400 to 600 every year, Gator. LA was knocking off 1,000 of our children. And we started this organization, Brother McAfee and myself, called United for Peace. We took that bad boy all across the country, and we founded the National Peace and Justice Summit. And we started doing summits in every city. Brother Gator traveled with us every city we ever went to. McAfee and I went to LA to sit down with the great Jim Brown, and he introduced us to every gang leader in LA to get them on board to meet us in Kansas City, 1993. We went to Chicago, and they set down all the families on the west side, Gator. They gave me access from the stage to speak to all the leaders, to come to Kansas City and make this peace. All brothers agreed, all brothers came, and we made that peace, and we started that summit, and we began to save lives. At the point that we began to save lives, that's when the CIA and the FBI jumped on our back to destroy us. That's when they started imprisoning every member we had. That's when they started trying to kill us. That's when they started planting the seed about who we were and what we was about to destroy the movement from saving the young people's lives. And once they took away all the resources and shut us down, you went backwards again, deep into murder. Now when I come down the street, not only do I see you laying there, I'm stepping over rivers of black blood. Wow. Rivers of black blood. Our babies go from 10 years old all the way up to 24, 25, dying like mad. Here you in this little bitty town, where you killing 50, 58 to 59 a year. Not a big number, but you're shooting over 200 a year. That's losing limbs that can't walk, that's bedridden, that can't talk, that's got organs missing, sight missing. Got no balance in wheelchairs. Number one emergency, Hennepin County, black males cutting and stabbing. Number one emergency, North Memorial, black males shooting one another. When you hear Red talk about racism, be clear that you live in a community where there's no gun house, no gun warehouse, no gun factory, no gun store, not even a pawn shop that sells you guns. You should have figured out who's bringing you all those guns. Can't find a gun nowhere. But these laws they got where a gun runner can buy a case of guns and drop them wherever he wants. They ain't got to report to nobody. And it keeps dropping them on our children. Brand new 9mm with bullets. And you ain't figured it out. That when there's another hand in this.
That's right.
Of people that don't have access to halfway around the world, but got access to every drug on the street. A young child running around here for 6 months looking for a job, can't find a job, but he can find a bag of dope in 5 minutes. Young boy can't get a degree to any kind of, or what do you say, a sponsor to take him to any kind of college to get an education, but in 5 minutes he can find a bag of dope. Yes, they're in it. They in it to win it. And as Rev made it clear, the plan was to imprison you. If it wasn't, why did they come up with the terrorist act on 9/11 that had to do with terrorists around the world and only include black gang members?
Right.
They didn't include the Nazis. They didn't include the skinheads. They didn't include the rare Aryan race. They didn't include nothing like that. They only included black gangs. And why do they say things in that law that if he's in a gang and this is a day they're looking for him and they come here, he got 10 years, but all of us in the room got 10 years because we should have knew he was a gang member. Why would they write something like that? Why would they write that if this boy's at his grandmother's house having Thanksgiving dinner and that's the day they're going to make the arrest, they get to come to the grandma's house and arrest all the people. He got 10 years, they got 10 years, and grandma lost her house. If he's got anything on him against the law, he got 20 years, you got 20 years. If he got a gun and he shot somebody, he got 30, you got 30. If he killed him, he got the federal death penalty and you got 45 years. Why would they write a law like that and only include us? And most of us don't even know the law exists. We think the Terrorist Act and Homeland Security about somebody else, when in fact you're the only one in it. How could you say white ain't got their hand in it? Why are they now trying to write a law that if this boy won't stop doing what he's doing, we want to arrest his mama? And you think they ain't got nothing to do with it? No, they ain't built us this and they ain't built us that, but they're making sure they're knocking us the hell out. But we, at the root of what we do is the hatred we got for ourselves that McAfee talked about. The hatred that won't allow us to be a family anymore, so we can raise our kids with love anymore. Black men walk around here with the nerve to call themselves niggas. Can't wait to call our women bitches and hoes and proud of it. If you don't rebuild the union between the man and the woman, you definitely can't save the child. We don't love our woman no more. We used to cherish her. We used to hold her up high. We'd sell newspapers, cut the grass, shovel snow just to take her to the show. Now we're talking, come on, bitch, we got to go. That ain't black history. Then you hold her to a higher standard than anybody else in the world. You can't love her because she's too dark, she's too young, she's too fat, she's too skinny. Her legs are bowed, she's pigeon-toed, she's bow-legged, she's slew-footed, she got a gap in her tooth. I don't like her smile, her hair is too short, it's the wrong color. You got a measure stick so high she can't measure up. See? But you come to an all-black gathering like your family reunion with a 475-pound white girl with a wooden leg and a glass eye collar. That's my woman. But you hate her. But you hate her. How can you, the person that does 85% of the nurturing, be knocked out of the box and you expect to save the child? The pain and poison that's in her will be passed to your child. When she's bringing up children like that, she's bringing up Frankenstein. And guess where Frankenstein is walking and praying? And guess who Frankenstein wants to shoot first? There's a responsibility in here. It ain't just about gang banging. It's a responsibility about raising your kids. And it's also a responsibility about loving your kids. And when you don't do that, you got what we got right here. How in the hell can kids sit at your table and discuss which kid they're going to jump? And you got nothing to say about it. How can they sit at your table and discuss who they're going to shoot or kill and you don't say nothing? And how can you go in his room and reach in his drawer and find a 9mm and pick it up and say, son, where did this come from? And he said, oh, mama, that's my shit. And you just go on about your business. The same parents that used to tell us, if you give me trouble, I ain't coming to get you. If you get downtown, I ain't coming to get you. Now you got these weak parents that Red's talking about, can't wait to break their neck to come down there and bail your ass out for killing me. Can't wait. Got a little kid over here, he want to go to college. Mom, I want to go to college. Well, we can't afford that. Mom, I want to go to the college fair. Well, you go ahead, you know we can't afford that. Mama, so-and-so wants me to come and see their college. Well, you go ahead, but you know we can't afford that. Mama, I'm in college. But son, you know we can't help you. But soon as Hard Rock Johnson here robs somebody and goes to jail, you break your neck down to bail his ass out of jail. You reward the bad one and block the good one. And then you're in the waiting room at every prison waiting to see the bad one. But never come to campus to see the one that's trying to make it. I mean, parents got to wake up and grow up, slow up, and go right. What's missing? We want people who are godly people. We kept God in the center. That's the first thing you can look at. We ain't got God in the center. Amen. If I walk down Broadway right now and ask the average brother, man, you know Jesus? Man, he was just here a little while ago. He bought a sandwich right in there. Man, they don't know Jesus. He got some Kool-Aid with it. You know, when you don't know Jesus, where are you at? You ain't got no kind of upbringing and no respect for any black laws. So you're basically doing what you want to do to the community. We even say when we selling drugs, we ain't selling drugs. I'm getting my money on. Always say something stupid like, I gotta eat. If your eating means that I got to suffer, you don't need to eat. And we don't understand when we call them high rollers and big ballers. Who they rolling on? Whose balls they standing on? And when they get done making zombies of all your people smoking on that dope, that's what you wanted to see? If I sell these shoes here, that means I'm a merchant. I'm a shoe merchant. If I sell this cap, I'm a merchant. I'm a cap merchant. But if I sell a product that's death, I'm a merchant of death. How you gonna call him a high roller and a big baller? He's a merchant of death. Who he killing? Me. I went out to the East Coast. You remember that Gator when we did prisons? Yeah. We did 4 prisons a day from Saturday to Saturday. 4 prisons a day. As quick as we come out, put us in a white van, took us to the next prison. We were looking at thousands of our people, most of them our babies, doing 20 to 30 years of life. And I said this, it doesn't hurt me so much to see you here. It hurts me to know that the majority are here for doing something to somebody that look like me. Right. Saturday to Saturday, 4 prisons a day. Everyone different. But I'll tell you something else, and Gator could tell you this too. We didn't run in a white boy in one prison. Does that mean we're the only one doing crime? On the East Coast of all places, the home of the gangster, we didn't run in a white boy? Prison for prison? Wow. This is McAfee's point. So when you say, 911, you got to have 0 tolerance. You got to stop acting like it ain't nothing. You know our biggest problem here is? We ain't snitching. If you kill a brother and you tell you're snitching, so we get the right to just keep killing you? Well, if I was McAfee, a preacher, I would say this to you. You must have got a direct call from God Almighty that told you had enough permission to kill as many black people as you want every day. God must be talking to you personally and told you you can kill us in the manner that you're killing us all across this country. Because that's the way you're killing us. We have to have 0 tolerance. 0 tolerance means it don't matter what white folks bring us, you got to stop us from engaging with what white folks bring us. They might hand us a gun, you ain't got to shoot me. They might hand you some dirt, you ain't got to sell it to me. And you need to stop making excuses about you can't get a job. If you made your bed hard and find another way to get a job, we had it worse than we got it now. We had fathers that worked all day, didn't make but 5, 6 cents an hour. But they kept all their kids together and they got them up and they got them through school. And when they could, they got them through college. But them same fathers that didn't have nothing were sharecroppers. They built all of our colleges down in the South. They had homes and land where they had chickens and everything else running around. And now you got this dude who can't do nothing telling you, I can't get a job because I got a felony. Well, why you got a felony? And why you keep getting more felonies? And that excuse is not valid. Get a job. I don't care if you work in a car wash. Stop doing something to me so you can eat. If you need to eat and I need to suffer, I need you to stop eating. Please understand what I'm saying to you.